What up everyone? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do an ollie on a snow skate. So let's get right into the video. So for those of you who don't know what a snow skate is, essentially it's kind of like a skateboard without wheels that has a sled bottom but kind of functions like a snowboard. Now obviously one of the first things you're going to want to do on one of these boys is learn how to ollie, because you know the ollie is essential to a lot of tricks and it's a little bit different than a normal skateboard, and you have to be aware of a couple things before you get into it. So the first thing you need to know is what type of board you're using and do you need a certain type of shoes. So I'm using an Ambition snow skate right here, and the thing with mine is I have this studded grip tape on the top. As you can see, there's studs sticking out of it, which means that I have to be very careful and mindful of what shoes I use, because this thing is gonna rip through all your shoes. These are the shoes I use. They're these black Nike basketball shoes, and they have really thick rubber bottoms, and they're really like sturdy, and they hold up really well to this type of material. So I can kind of scrape the shoe on it and I'm not getting any sort of wear and tear, which is what you want because these will eat holes in normal skate shoes. The next thing to know is what type of snow are you dealing with, because the difference with snow skating is the board is going to perform drastically different depending on your environment. So do you have slushy snow? Do you have a lot of snow? Do you have thin snow? Do you have crumbly kind of snow? Ideally what you're looking for is a thin layer of compacted snow that's not too thick and not too thin either. So how do we actually ollie on this? Well, I would first start by warming up on the board, especially if you're brand new to it. Get used to rolling it down the hills a little bit and just getting comfortable understanding how the board rolls and moves, because it doesn't feel like a skateboard. It's a lot less stable and you have to kind of counteract the slipperiness of the snow a little bit. So it takes a little bit getting used to, but really nail that down and get comfortable with just being on the board and knowing how it reacts before you get into ollie. But with that being said, this is the foot position of the ollie. You're gonna want to have your back foot really on that edge of that tail, like as far as you can go, because you don't have a lot of leverage with the snow skate. For your front foot, you're gonna want to just a little bit forward from the center of the board, because you're gonna need quite a bit of space to really get that pop and really push the board up as high as it can go. Now I would first recommend practicing this indoors before you take it outside. This is what it looks like indoors. You're really just gonna want to push down, pop that back foot as much as you can and get the board really high up, and then scoop over with your front foot as you would do an ollie. Now what's the difference? The real difference here is that when you pop your back tail, you don't want to immediately push your nose all the way forward like you would a skateboard. There's probably like a couple milliseconds of delay between popping the tail and pushing up compared to a normal skateboard. So you want to do the motion a little bit slower than you're used to, because the board doesn't instantly pop up like a skateboard tail does. It doesn't have solid concrete to snap against. It's going to have a cushiony surface from the snow, so it's going to take a little bit longer for the board to pop up fully. So really that's the key. Be mindful of that and it's going to be a lot easier for you. So once you really nail it on the carpet, you're going to want to take it outside, and if you have snow that's kind of fluffy, I would recommend taking a shovel and kind of patting it down in the area you're going to practice, just so that it's already kind of compacted and a little flatter. And I would then begin by starting off with standstill ones. Make sure you can do a couple standstill and make sure that you understand kind of that delay that you have between popping the tail and sliding your front foot forward, because it is a little bit longer than normal. After that, move on to moving ones and take your time. You're not going to get it right away, but keep practicing and feel how the board reacts differently based on the snowy conditions when you pop it versus something like a skateboard. You're really going to want to make sure your ollies are straight, because if they're crooked, your board can't compensate like a skateboard. It's going to slip and slide around a little bit in the snow. And with that being said, that's pretty much how you ollie. After you learn the ollie, you can practice some other tricks too. Another really great one to practice before, during, or after the ollie is the pop shove it. It's really easy to do. You just have to get the timing right, because the board can kind of slip around if it's not perfect. And then going on to something like a kickflip or heel flip would be your next step after the ollie. That's really all I got for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped you out on your ollies, and good luck to you guys on your ollie journey on your snow skate. Whoa. If you're a real OG Den fan, stay here for 1 second. I just wanted to real quick say that I have started a second YouTube channel called OG Art for all of my artwork and drawing videos. So if you're someone that is interested in drawing or just learning more about the art that I create, definitely check out OG Art. The link will be in the description. I would really appreciate if you hit the sub on that. It would mean the world to me. And that's all I ask. So have a good day, everyone. Hope you liked the video. I'm gonna talk to you later. Peace out.